Barcelona, October 2020. The club was in freefall, financially broken, tactically confused, publicly humiliated in the Champions League by Bayern Munich, 8-2 just 3 months earlier. Lionel Messi was unhappy. The board was in chaos. Almost nothing about the season felt like it mattered. In that environment, a 17-year-old from Las Palmas came off the bench against Villarreal and played 45 minutes. He did not score, he did not assist. Nothing especially remarkable happened by visible measures. Xavi Hernández was watching from the outside, recently retired, not yet a manager. He had no power over who played, who was bought, who stayed. All he had was an opinion. When that opinion comes from arguably the greatest midfielder Barcelona has ever produced, it carries more weight than most scouting reports. Why would Xavi say something that bold? I have never seen a player like him after only 45 minutes. The answer lives inside what Xavi himself actually was. Not just a great player, a specific category of great player. The kind who does not dominate through speed or scoring or physical power, but through information. Reading the game 3 seconds ahead of every other person on the pitch. Being in position before the ball arrives so that the ball's arrival feels inevitable. This is the rarest skill in football. It cannot be coached effectively. It can barely be described. You either see the game or you do not. Most people do not, and the ones who do cannot explain how. Xavi had that quality for 20 years. He had watched an entire generation of midfielders attempt to replicate it and fail. He knew precisely how rare it was because he had felt it from the inside. And then he watched a 17-year-old from Las Palmas do it as naturally as breathing. December 2021. Pedri, still 18. Xavi, now Barcelona's manager, said, in terms of pure talent, he had never seen a player like him anywhere. He wasn't saying it for praise. He was saying it because he genuinely meant it. He compared Pedri to Iniesta, then said he reminded him even more of himself. When Xavi says a player reminds him of Xavi, the correct response is to pay very close attention. Pedri's debut season at Barcelona was the kind that happens once a decade. Born into a crippled club during the final chapter of Messi's time there, an 18-year-old played 52 competitive matches, the Copa del Rey final, the European Championship, the Olympic Games. His 69th match of the season was an Olympic final against Brazil. Not 69 in his career, 69 in 12 months. The critics arrived quickly when injuries disrupted the next 2 seasons. Fragile, they said, overrated, a one-year wonder who couldn't stay fit. Pedri answered in the only language football actually respects. He came back and won La Liga under Xavi in 2023. He was central to Spain's Euro 2024 triumph. Under Hansi Flick, the following season, he became the engine of the most exciting Barcelona team in a decade, a side that won the domestic treble. Every season seemed to add another confirmation. Then, remarkably, he broke a Barcelona appearance record that had belonged to Lionel Messi. The teenager Xavi compared to Iniesta broke Messi's record. That sentence, typed out plainly, still feels like it should be checked for accuracy. Here's what makes the whole story even sharper. Xavi made the call at the worst possible moment, October 2020. Barcelona in chaos, Messi unhappy, the club losing. Everything pointed away from optimism.
and the man who defined Barcelona's identity for 20 years looked at 45 minutes from a teenager nobody had heard of and said, "This is the future of this club." He wasn't the manager. He had no power to guarantee it. He was just watching, but he was watching with eyes that once were the thing they were looking at. Pedri arrived at the 2026 World Cup as one of the most important players in Spain's squad. He had won La Liga, the Supercopa del Rey, the Euro 2024. Hansi Flick called him the best midfielder in the world in his position. Xavi had said something similar in 2020 after 45 minutes. He wasn't the next Xavi. He was the next version of what the best Barcelona midfielders become, carrying something in how they read the game that cannot be taught to the players who do not already have it. One man saw it first, before any contract, any data report, any scouting algorithm had confirmed a single thing. Sometimes greatness is not about predicting the future. It's about recognizing it before anyone else can see what they're looking at.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, commenting below, and sharing it with other football fans. Thank you for watching.